Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, I hereby head up the original annual assembly of the International Delegation on Equal Navigation to Supernal Elation, or IDENS, to put it acronymically.
What y'all saying?
He means we are like a group of like people from like all over the like world who are like trying to find like all the possible ways we humans can like get to heaven.
Yeah, still didn't catch that, Missy.
Mr. Chairman, I object to the name IDEX. It makes our ideas sound absurd. I don't know what the others plan to present at tonight's meeting, but my ideas are market test, fail-proof, and sure to make my company more money than Steve Jobs.
Please, come to order now. There's no time for dealing with details. The entire Earth is awaiting our announcement. They need an equally assured and accessible highway to heaven. Our gig as a group is glaring. To achieve this, I have brought together this duo of dynamic demagogues to mix in our meeting this evening. Gladly welcome Pete and Paula. Now, these two claim to have one surefire solution on how to hit heaven. I've tempted them to hear our hypotheses and flood us with feedback. At the abatement of today's talks, they'll present their plan. Now, straight to it. Somebody, please present the number one notion of the night.
I, man of desert, I travel scorching deserts in search of life-giving water for family and herds. Without camel and amazing hope, I never survive. So, I believe, one way to reach heaven, on back of camel.
Bravo, my friend. As Secretary of IDEX, I will add your conclusion to our officially recognized ways on how to reach heaven.
You can't get to heaven on the back of a camel, but a camel can fit through a tiny gate easier than a rich man can get to heaven.
If I could just stick in my 2 cents here. Right. I like people, fine folks, my presentatorium thingy here. It's beautifying, agricultural, man. I've spent many days on the tractor and in the fields pondering our dilemma. And don't y'all know, in a jiffy, the light bulb in my head went off. We gotta get to heaven on a sheep.
You can't get to heaven on a sheep. Just follow the shepherd.
Well, hello there, chaps. I believe I have a bit more sensible approach to our conundrum. As you can see in my handout, I've laid plans to modify a double-decker bus ever so slightly, as to allow it to hover above the ground, allowing it to travel virtually anywhere. And so I believe we can get to heaven on a bus. Plus, we'd have room for all you lovely folks to come with us.
Sorry, you can't get to heaven on a double-decker bus. C.S. Lewis already wrote about that idea.
Plus, the way to heaven is narrow and there are few who find it.
Man, there's a lot of silly ideas around here. Look, y'all, the way to get to heaven is in a Jeep. Actually, a Jeep Wrangler. With big motor tires, a couple chrome mud flaps, and a big old exhaust system my deaf Aunt Bertha could hear a mile away. I don't care how rugged and roads are, them Jeeps are able to get you where you need to get.
You might feel good driving on the countryside with the wind in your hair and the mud in your face, but only those with clean hands and a pure heart reach heaven. You can't get to heaven in a Jeep.
My answer, the pogo stick. All you need to do is tweak the compression anti-flux ratio. My science club has been running the numbers on it all week, and I think we'll get optimum lift and flight on when an 80 treaters on a 14-gauge tight platinum spring with the anti-flux phase in at 5-force pi radians squared with an acceleration of 19 miles per second squared. Then, if conditions prove optimal, we'll push right through the troposphere and reach heaven on a pogo stick.
The way I see it, if we would all drive a Toyota Prius like my family, our carbon footprints would be reduced and this world would be a greener and safer place for me. So an eco-friendly car will get me to heaven on earth.
That pogo stick makes me feel sick. Although the only way to reach heaven is to be like a child, and nothing says child at heart more than bouncing on a pogo stick.
We'll never reach heaven on earth, even if we do agree, because this earth will pass away, but God has promised us a new heaven for all who can get there.
Big boat race, 2 words. The Pocket Rocket XLT 25,000. Simply strap this device to your back pocket with the adjustable Velcro straps. And you should have enough fuel to send you to the stars. And thus, heaven!
A rock to your pocket might make you see the stars, but sure won't get you that far.
Wow, those ideas are like so impressive. I don't know like half of those words, but like I like think that like God likes beautiful people. So like I think we could like get to heaven by like looking really good.
You can't get to heaven by looking really good. But Pete here wrote a neat letter advising us women how to wear a gentle and quiet spirit to get to heaven.
Simply put, a solid business plan, drive profit through increased revenue, you can make it to heaven by being slick.
A rich man was once close to heaven, but had to give up all his money. He kept it and walked away from heaven.
Besides, you can't get to heaven because you're slick, but the pure in heart will see God.
Very well. If I could then present a second idea. The Soaring Eagle 3200 LTE. Simply take an airplane up to 25,000 feet. Strap one of these onto each arm, jump out, and flap away. Just do not get too close to the sun, otherwise it will melt the wax holding everything together.
Well, that idea is bloody rubbish. Besides, didn't somebody already write a story about that? Anyway, if we could just modify my bus to include wings for soaring, now that idea is brilliant.
It's my turn for you to run your presentation. My science club also devised a theory of using kites to attract lightning and then travel to heaven on the lightning bolt as it recedes.
Back when I was a kid, I spent my summer shooting anything that moved with my slingshot. I got so good I could hit a chipmunk running up a tree at 50 yards. But we could build us a gigantic slingshot, and y'all show me where to shoot. Guarantee I'll shoot you all into heaven.
Oh boy, this is getting out of hand. You won't get to heaven by jumping from a plane and flapping your arms real quick.
I couldn't agree more, Pete. No. We want solid solutions and science here at the International Delegation on Equal Navigation to Supernal Elation. Now, according to accurate recent research, we have established the exact unerring placement of heaven, nicely nestled near Neptune. Now, for instance, I affirm that we could alter NASA's space shuttles to not only scuttle over the moon, but also navigate to Neptune and henceforth to heaven.
A flight or a kite or a elastic band might breeze you through the air. You can scuttle with the shuttle right over the moon, but it still won't get you there. But our prayers are a sweet aroma going straight to heaven.
Well, if good capitalism won't get me into heaven, I've got another idea. I'll just tell you straight up. I'm a Christian. Surely by saying that I'll get into heaven.
You won't get to heaven by saying you're a Christian. True believers show they're Christians not with words, but by caring for orphans and widows and by refusing to let the world corrupt them.
Well, I'm raising my 4 kids to be good, upstanding citizens. After all, isn't that what good religion is all about? My children will work hard. Pay taxes, stay out of trouble, and care about the world they live in. I must be able to get to heaven by being good.
Nope, you won't get to heaven because you are good. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. In fact, when some people meet God, they'll say, "Look, Lord, at all the good things you did in your name." And God will say, "Depart from me, I never knew you."
Yes, of course, you can't get to heaven by being good. Quite understandable. But if we mustn't rely on my double-decker bus idea, then I think the sensible course of action would be to attend church. Surely I can get to heaven by going to church, and I don't just mean on Christmas and Easter.
Sir, you won't get to heaven by going to church, although many may think you could.
All our highfalutin ideas don't work. We gotta get back to the basics. Although I'm a simple man of the land and I'm not quite the church-going type, I got a mom and a dad and a sister who all love Jesus. Surely I can get in on their account.
A mom or a dad or a sister who loves Jesus won't get you there. It's true. In fact, if you love your mother or father more than you love Jesus, you won't get to heaven.
If you're going to be in favor with the Savior, you have to find just for you.
I think that's not working. Pete and Paula shoot down everything we say.
Yeah, like anyway, like if the two of you are like so wise, why don't you like tell us how you like think we could like get to heaven?
Please, Pete and Paula, recommend a rescue for the International Delegation on Equal Navigation to Supernal Elation.
Well, to be frank, there's only one way.
One way. One way. One way. You can get to heaven.
Oh yeah. But there's only one way.
One way. One way. One way. And that's through God's Son, Jesus.
He's the only way.
Astounding, earth-shattering. This changes everything. As Secretary of IDENS, I move that we brainstorm a way on how to get this message out to the rest of the world. They need to know that we have a surefire way on how to get them into heaven.
Hey, we could like sing a song.
You won't get to heaven on the back of a camel. You won't get to heaven on a sheep. You won't get to heaven on a double-decker bus. You won't get to heaven in a Jeep. A pogo stick will only make you feel sick, and you can't drive there in a car. A rocket to your pocket might make you see the stars, but it sure won't get you that far.
It's only one way.
One way,
One way.
one way, you can get to heaven, oh yeah.
There's only
One way,
one way.
one way,
Master God, Son Jesus.
He's the only way. You won't get to heaven by looking real good. You won't get to heaven 'cause you're slick. You won't get to heaven by jumping from a plane and flapping your arms real quick. A flight or a kite or an elastic band might breeze you through the air. You can scuttle with the shuttle right over the moon, but it still won't get you there.
There's only one way.
One way,
One way.
one way, you can get to heaven, oh yeah.
There's only one way.
One way,
One way.
one way,
Master God, Son Jesus.
He's the only way. You won't get to heaven by saying you're a Christian. You won't get to heaven 'cause you're good. You won't get to heaven by going to church, the many may think you could. A mom or a dad or a sister who loves Jesus won't get you there, it's true. If you're gonna be in favor with the Savior, you have to find Him just for you.
There's only one way.
One way,
One way.
one way, you can get to heaven, oh yeah.
There's only one way.
One way,
One way.
one way,
Master God, Son Jesus.
He's the only way.